to Durbania. I'm Durban.
I'm Laura.
And this is our top 5 favorite movies of 2016. After doing our top 5 worst, feels good now to take a positive turn and love on some movies instead of hate on some.
Yes,
So,
and this was a hard list to make.
this one was a hard list. I mean, 2016 was kind of a weird year for movies. Like, the animations, I think, were
Really good this
really
year.
good. The live actions and things like that weren't as good, but there were still some really good things out this year. So, I guess we should get into it. What was your... Oh, number 5, one of our favorites. Number 1, our favorite. So, 5 to least, 1 to greatest. Okay, let's go. Number 5 for you.
So, number 5, we just saw in the theaters. It is Rogue One.
Wow. Number 5.
Yeah, well, my reasoning behind it is because, and this is all personal preference, because I know money-wise, Rogue One will probably do the best, and it'll probably get really good reviews on IMDb or
Rotten Tomatoes.
Tomatoes, which, I mean, people just kind of think is a joke nowadays anyways. But because for me, I'm kind of looking at it as movies that surprised me, movies with rewatchability factor, movies for me, and I'm different than everybody else. And so it was 5 because the 4 above it were ones that either surprised me or I just had a good time the whole way through. And Rogue One, the beginning was a little slow for me, and I did love the movie as we rolled through it, but it just wasn't captivating for me from beginning to end. So that's why it's number 5. Still up there, one of my favorites this year, just not my favorite.
Yeah, Rogue One was a pretty good movie. Yeah. So my number 5, I'm going to cheat. I put a 3-way tie in my number 5. And my 3-way tie, because I liked all these movies just about the same. So these 3 movies are Zootopia, Moana, and Sing.
Oh, so animated movies.
Yes, because, like I said, the animated movies really, for me, took it this year, but...
They did really well this year. I really enjoyed all of them.
If it's going to be my personal top 5, I love comic book movies, sci-fi movies, action-adventure movies. So I kind of had to look at it that way.
You couldn't pick which one was an honorable mention and which one was...
Yeah, it was so hard.
Animated.
But this year, I truly did enjoy the animated movies, and they can't not be in my top 5. So, what did I just say? Zootopia, Moana, and Sing have that 3-way tie at my number 5 spot. All these animated movies super surprised me this year. They were hilarious. And what I think is interesting about all 3 of these is they tell a very similar story with very similar beats, but they were all just packaged so well. They told the story so well. And I don't know, like Moana, the crab song that I'm shiny or whatever that is. I mean, I usually don't like musicals, but that song is still in my head now. And then Zootopia was just the surprise of the year for me.
Yeah, definitely.
And then got to that pre-screening of Sing, and I was really surprised by how much fun I had watching that.
I did not see that one.
Yeah, too bad for you.
Oh, yeah, and just a qualifier. We haven't seen a couple of the movies at the end of the year.
Yeah, we said that in our top 5 worst.
We haven't seen Passengers, Collateral Beauty,
and Assassin's Creed.
And whatever's come out in the last 2 weeks, other than Sing, you saw that. We haven't seen it.
What's your number 4?
All right, so number 4. This is really funny to me because normally these are my top movies, but Captain America: Civil War.
Wow.
Also loved that movie. It was a great time. It was really long. I can rewatch it, but it just didn't hit the top 3 for me.
Interesting.
So it's the top 3 were, I think, more of my surprise movies for me.
That's
movies
true.
that completely shocked me. So Captain America: Civil War is number 4. It's a good time. I recommend it.
I suppose that makes sense. So my number 4 was Deadpool.
Great movie.
That was a great movie. And but like you, I was really surprised by it. Like, when I seen the trailers for it, I was getting nervous because it's like, okay, they've made it rated R. Did they do it just for shock value? Did they do it just to do it? Or did they do it because it was faithful and true to who the character of Deadpool is? And I was very happy in seeing the movie. Yeah, there were things in there for shock factor, but I was happy overall that it was true to Deadpool's character. Now, I don't know much about Deadpool, haven't read the comics, but it's one of those things that you're watching it, and you can just tell that this is that character. Yeah. And you can tell Ryan Reynolds was passionate about this character.
He was Deadpool.
That he lived and breathed this character. So yeah, there were a few things in this movie I didn't care for, but overall, it was a really fun movie. The character of Deadpool is a really fun character, and I can't wait for Deadpool 2. So Deadpool is my number 4.
Okay. So this one was one of my surprises. Number 3.
Okay.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, yes!
That movie it really caught me off guard. I watched it and it was kind of slow at first, but the thing is, but it wasn't slow in a bad way.
No.
It was slow in a way where I'm just like, okay, where are we going to go with this? And I knew a little bit about this story, but not very much at all. So, like, the whole thing, like, Andrew Garfield.
Oh my gosh. Fantastic performance from Andrew Garfield.
The whole, head bobbing thing that he always does, kind of, that was whatever. But it really surprised me. I really enjoyed it. It was really well done, and I recommend it.
Yeah, Hacksaw Ridge was a really good one. And I love Mel Gibson as a director and an actor.
He just did a great job.
And so it's like you go into it and there's going to be great visuals and that it's going to be a good story. Because Mel Gibson, I think, is very good at telling a powerful story. So
and it's like Vince Vaughn in a series role.
Yeah.
He's kind of funny, kind of not. He was better than I expected him to be, which,
I agree.
Is saying a lot because I don't expect much out of Vince Vaughn in a serious role. So,
yeah.
So, he at least hit it good enough. Not as great as he was probably the one character that I flip-flopped on, but overall, I really enjoyed the whole story.
I think I can agree.
It was a very powerful story, but it was a very powerful movie, yes.
Yeah. I think my number 3 is going to be Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I really enjoyed it. I can't say it is my favorite movie of the year. It just didn't reach that level. If The Force Awakens had opened this year, that would be my number 1 of this year.
Okay.
Because I love Star Wars. I don't like the prequels, but I love Star Wars, and I loved The Force Awakens, and I did like Rogue One a lot. It's not a perfect movie. It's definitely got some of its imperfections and things like that.
What movie doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. And,
Matrix.
There were a few, Matrix is pretty good. And there were just some character things, or some of the characters I just felt like the actors, I don't know, weren't 100% there. But most of all, and overall, it was a really good movie. And it's right up my alley of the type of things I like, that sci-fi, fantasy, adventure, action thing. And so I just had a lot of fun in the theater watching Rogue One. Yeah. So Rogue One made it into my top 3.
All right, so top 2, or the second place for me, Deadpool.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh,
Deadpool's much higher for you.
I didn't know what to expect when we went in, and so because I knew a little bit about stories, all the trailer, and I'm like, we'll see. And then literally the credits come up, and I just sit back going, I know what I'm in for. I'm like, the credits just like.
The credits were an awesome setup, weren't they?
And so I just went, all right, this is gonna be awesome, and I. Probably the movie I laughed in the most this entire year. So laughed, and it had my sci-fi adventure, and I love nonsensical violence sometimes. It's really bad, and I watch it and I just think it's hysterical. And so this movie definitely hit a lot of my high marks for me.
I married the right woman. Yeah. Well, my number 2 was also a Marvel movie, Doctor Strange. It
was good.
No, it was really good. Number 1, I just really like Benedict Cumberbatch. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Number 2, this was just another hit for Marvel for me. The visuals in it were absolutely amazing, even though absolutely no one wanted to go spend the $3 extra to see it in 3D for me in a movie that was made for 3D, and all my friends are nerds. What is wrong with you all that none of you wanted to go see this in 3D with me? Anyway, it was a really great movie, and I had so much fun with it. I liked the character Doctor Strange. They took this mystical, spacey, weird, magical, out there character, and they made him lovable, they made him fit, they made him hilarious, they made him serious, they made it awesome. I don't know, there's just so much about that world that I liked. And like any other movie, again, there were some things as we got towards the end where I felt like things moved a little too fast.
Yes.
But even that aside, Iron Man did that. The overall movie is still exceedingly good.
All right, so my honorable mentions. First is Sully.
That was a great one.
That was a very character-driven movie that I really, really enjoyed. The reason it's not in my top 5, there's not much rewatchability factor for me on it, but I really enjoyed it. Second is 10 Cloverfield Lane.
That was good.
A huge surprise.
Oh my gosh,
for me.
That was a surprise this year.
Yes, because I did not like Cloverfield very much. There's parts of it that were great.
This weird non-sequel sequel in the same universe, but not the same thing at all.
Yeah, and
that was weird.
That was character-driven, 100%.
Yes.
And it was creepy, and John Goodman was perfect.
Yes, he was.
And so, not in one of my top 5, but that movie, because I don't ever need to see it again. But I really, really, really enjoyed it. And then my last honorable mention is Pete's Dragon.
That was good. That made me cry.
I didn't even really want to see that movie. I'm like, it looks cute, but let's see it. And
for this channel is why we decided to see it.
And I'm like,
yeah.
because there's a couple other movies that came out that weekend that we saw as well, but it tugged on the heartstrings.
It did.
And it just, I mean, most kid actors aren't that good, but the little boy
that kid was really good in this.
Pete,
the whole cast was good.
It just, well, yeah, I know. Everybody did.
It was really good.
I was surprised, and it was a great surprise.
It was a great boy and his dog story, except it was a dragon, and it was,
it was cute.
It was a good.
I recommend that one too.
It was a happy tearjerker.
Yes.
All right. Honorable mention number 1 is Hacksaw Ridge.
We already discussed why.
Yes, we did.
It was just
movie. An absolutely amazing movie. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend that. My other favorite one this year that really it did surprise me is Arrival. I know you hate the ending. Yes.
Did not like it.
We made that clear in our worst. But I really liked it. The ending is weird, and I've only seen the movie once, so the jury is still out how that ending impacts the rest of the movie.
You're allowed to like it, because 99% of the world probably liked it except for me.
Yeah, but I was just amazed at how a movie that was technically so boring could be so interesting and intriguing and hold my attention from beginning to end and tell such a fascinating story. I didn't even like the alien design. I didn't like that, but I thought what they did with that design was fascinating. I liked the aliens. I liked their motivation for being there. Like, there were elements of this movie that I really should not have liked, but something about this entire movie drew me so in that I liked it.
And you want to know what? People are probably saying to me, Laura, you should probably have that in your, not least favorite movies, but more like your favorite movies, because it's evoked such an emotional response in me, because the ending pissed me off so much. But I just, nope. When I'm that mad after a movie's over, it's not worth my time. And I've already spent enough on it. So
one of my honorable mentions is kind of up there that it's a movie that's getting a lot of hate. I think it deserves a little love. Probably not tons of love, but at least a little love. And it's a movie that inside my heart, I wore back and forth between loving and hating, and then loving again and then hating again.
I'm not sure which one this is.
Batman v Superman.
Oh, gosh. That came out this year?
That did come out. It came out this spring. So I put that in my honorable.
I forget that one.
I put that in my honorable mentions of my top 5 best, because it's interesting. Because when I saw the theatrical cut for the first time on the big screen, I liked it, but there was something weird about it.
But you liked it because it's Superman and Batman.
And then I saw it again, and I liked it less. And then the more I thought about the movie, and the more I contemplated the movie, the more I went over the plot and the story in my head, the more I really began to despise this movie. And just be fully disappointed by its full letdown. But then I put in the extended cut, and I went, well, what the? This is good!
Why would they cut out that extra 15 minutes?
Who got fired because they decided all of this deserved to be edited? I felt like that extended cut explained a lot.
I mean, there's still a lot of plot holes.
There are a lot of plot holes.
That's why it's just an honorable mention.
So, so you heard the strong reaction. I hated it. I despised it. I loved it. There's literally this war that goes on in me because this movie has so many great standalone elements. I mean, Batman and Superman in a film together, that's the dream, man. That's the dream. A live-action Batman and Superman, and I
just wish there was more fighting.
I do too. I loved Ben Affleck as Batman. He was a great Batman. That one fight scene where he's going in to save Martha.
That was like the best scene in the whole movie.
Oh my gosh, I did. You know what? I actually did like the Superman-Batman fight. I don't like that the movie is called Batman v Superman, and the fight is 11 minutes long, and it builds up to like.
Oh, it's actually 11 minutes long. I thought it was shorter than that.
It probably is. I'm thinking Godzilla showing up for 11 minutes in his own movie.
I thought he was only 5 minutes. Okay, sorry.
But, if it wasn't called Batman v Superman, if it was just, a Man of Steel sequel that had Batman in it, that fight by itself would still be a really great fight. And then, spoilers, the Doomsday fight, okay, so...
But Wonder Woman kicked butt.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
So that Doomsday fight done in a different movie, much later in the canon, it was awesome. I mean, just the beats of Superman picking up the kryptonite spear and saying to Lois, "You're my world." And the emotional buildup of him just taking that spear and shoving it into Doomsday's heart, it's all fantastic. My problems with it is they did it too early. They did it in the second movie where we haven't had time to fully attach to Clark. We've only really seen him mope trying to find his way in the world rather than seeing him established in the world and being joyous at what he does, which is what Superman is. So I just felt like some of the stuff they did was premature. The Death of Superman plot was premature. Doomsday was premature.
They're just trying to catch up to Marvel.
And then Wonder Woman was a great additive, I think. The problem with Wonder Woman in this movie is they gave it away in the trailers. They gave it away everywhere else.
Oh my gosh, how much better would it have been if we didn't know? I mean, we would have known it was her, but if we hadn't seen any of her fighting, that would have been so awesome.
If they had kept Wonder Woman an absolute secret, and then she just showed up in the movie the way she did in the movie, that would have been amazing. I could go on and on about this. The point is, there is a war in me between loving and hating this movie. So in the end, I don't love it, I don't hate it, I like it, but going back to your argument, it evokes a strong emotion in me, and so it is a movie that has enjoyable elements, and I could go back to, so I have to put it up there as an honorable mention.
That's a good one. All right, so number one.
Number one.
For me this year, which is kind of funny because it's not normally the only animated movie that's ever crested number one is Shrek, but this year, Zootopia.
Nice.
Number one. That movie, like, I remember going in there and I had a good time. And this boy doesn't always like animated movies.
Not always, but I like them.
This year has been a good one.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because we're halfway through the movie and he looks at me, he's like, this is the best movie ever!
It was great!
And we were laughing, we were having fun, the characters had personality, it was just a good, fun movie. I mean,
agree.
If you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's if you like the rest of our top fives, definitely you'll love this movie. I mean, it's three-way tie for 5th place for you, but it's
a great movie.
Loved Zootopia.
My number one of 2016 was Captain America: Civil War.
He rewatches it a lot.
Well, Captain America: Civil War actually did for me what I wanted Batman v Superman to do for me, because Captain America was truly the Superman character. He was a man who was driven. He knows where he needs to be in the world. And even when he's facing that difficult situation of, I don't know what to do about these accords, I don't want to sign it. But even then, he was still like a light, you know? Yeah. So to me, that's exactly what Superman should always be portrayed as. And then you had Iron Man. Yeah, he's definitely not Batman, but he was just...
Yeah, but he's the rich billionaire who made his own costume, like Batman.
But again, the opposite thing about Batman v Superman here is this movie was not premature to me. Like, it built all of these characters. So even when it adds things like the Black Panther and reboots Spider-Man,
it didn't feel bad. You feel like they got enough time on all of the... That was one of my big things that I did really like about that movie, is it's like, you don't feel like they're shoehorning characters in there, because you see Ant-Man, but you only see him in that main scene.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you don't care, because you just saw the Ant-Man movie earlier, or the year before. And it's like, all of those characters, you had known them well enough, except for Black Panther and Spider-Man.
Yeah, but we know Spider-Man.
But we don't know him in this,
That's true, we don't know him in this
origin,
universe
but the thing is, we don't need to.
Yeah.
It was fine. We got like a quick qualifier kind of a thing, like, oh, you're doing this, and we're gonna get that movie this next year, which will probably be in your top 5.
Yeah.
Next
probably.
Year. Prediction. But the way because like I said, the Black Panther, Spider-Man, they got enough that it was like a teaser. It's like, you see what they can do. You got enough of an origin that you're like, oh yeah, their movies coming up are gonna be epic.
Yeah. So there it is. That is our top 5 favorite movies of 2016. So let us know in the comments, what are your top 5 favorite movies of 2016? While you're there, hit that subscribe button and become a Durbanian. Be on top of all the new videos coming out here. Like, shortly we got some awesome Underworld, Reading Way Too Much Into's coming out, or Reading Way Too Much Into, the latest Underworld movie. That's coming out here in January.
Coming out on New Year's Day.
Oh, well, the Reading Way Too Much Into, not the new
Reading
Underworld.
Way Too Much Into, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so hit that subscribe button, be on top of videos like that. January's got some promising movies coming out, so lots of those reviews coming up. And yeah, so hit that subscribe button. I'm Durbin.
I'm Laura.
Thank you for checking out Durbania.